Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All. And here I've got a clip coming out of Portland, I believe, where a protester asks a police officer to define a riot. And needless to say, the police get very, very triggered, like the snowflakes that they are.
Where's your press pass? Speak the First Amendment aloud. Where is your press pass? Why does it matter? Because you cannot be here. It's been declared a riot. Yeah? Define riot.
Now, real quick, for those of you that may not know about the First Amendment, the First Amendment says that the government shall not infringe on the right to peacefully assemble. Now, when cops can just declare an assembly unlawful or declare a riot, there needs to be a lot of good reasoning before they're allowed to do that. Because as we've seen all across the country, we have the entire right wing screaming and crying, "Rioters and looters! Rioters and looters! Rioters and looters!" When there are barely any riots and barely any looting, save for maybe a couple cities across the country. But yet, you see millions of Americans, some in rural towns that have never even had a protest, screaming at the top of their lungs, "Rioters and looters! Rioters and looters! Yeah!" So, in order for the First Amendment to actually exist in this society, we should know what constitutes and what is the definition of a riot. Because if you can just have millions of people saying rioters and looters with no evidence, is that really a good enough reason to suspend free speech in this country? I don't think so. So I'm going to play this full clip in full.
Where's your press pass? Speak the First Amendment aloud. Where is your press pass? Why does it matter? Because you cannot be here. It's been declared a riot. Yeah? Define riot.
The right to avoid unreasonable search and seizure. The police are unreasonably searching and seizing this person's property.
Back up this way, please. Why am I under arrest?
Back up this way.
Why am I under arrest?
You're interfering.
I'm not interfering with anything.
Yes,
It's
you
a lawful
are.
order.
I'm telling you lawfully to back up.
I'm not
You're
resisting.
not interfering.
Perfect.
I'm not resisting.
Why are you walking towards us? 54, you're still arresting people out here?
Gathered outside the Portland Police
for your kids,
Association
too?
office on North Lombard
You do it
Street.
for your kids, right?
This
54?
gathering has been declared a riot.
We talked about this.
All persons
What is a riot? What is that? You have a whole national discourse on rioters and looters! Rioters and looters! But what's a riot? Whenever you ask these people, they can never answer that question. To them, a riot is poor people being a little too loud. In my opinion, that's free speech. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is how cops treat people in America. Stay safe. You do not have a First Amendment in this country. You do not have a Second Amendment in this country. You do not have a Third Amendment in this country, as we saw in Minneapolis when police were storming in people's homes. You do not have a Fourth Amendment in this country. You do not have a Fifth Amendment in this country, and so on and so forth. Because we do not live in a country of laws. Cops will say lawfully, 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 yet when you ask them to cite the law, they can't. Because there is no law. Because there is no definition of a riot. And if there was, it's been months. You think we would know it by now? Thank you for watching. Y'all be safe out there. Have a good one.